Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome back. So we are just about a minute and a half away from the open. Okay, we can see that we have a nice bullish candle close on the previous, giving us a 4-hour bullish CRT, but we also have a bearish CRT bias because we closed underneath the high yesterday. Okay, so we're chopping in between these very key areas, right? We've got day open price, we've got previous week high, we've got week open, and we are basically accumulating orders and trying to determine a breakout direction. So that is what we'll be watching for today. If we hold the high here, right, if price stalls here, which it is stalling here, right, and we hold the level here, this is our right shoulder of our QM and a potential high and midweek reversal that is set in place here on Monday. Or if we see a break above and hold above, then we'll look for a retest and a continuation up through to make new all-time highs, which is what we should be looking for. But obviously this area here is still up for debate. All right, here's the open. Let's drop down to the 1 minute here and see what happens. Looks like a big push up initially. Okay, and there's a move down. Whoa, okay. Wow. Okay, we went up and swept right up at that high, and then we just crashed. That was pretty big movement down. Okay, we'll let this kind of play out a bit. We'll see where we land. This could be manipulation lower to go higher, or it could be the move down. I do kind of want to let this play out. Yeah, there we go. Come back up here. These kind of opening moves are super volatile. This was at 565, let's say. Came all the way down here to 500, so about 75-ish, 80-ish points. And that happened in a matter of like 2 seconds. Decoding my life, good morning. Welcome back to the stream. Okay, let's see this bounce. All right, looks like we're gonna take this low. Next is gonna be this New York low here. 480, magical 480. Let's see if we get a bounce up from that. There it is. There's the tap. Let's see if we get a continuation or a bounce. Tap up. And it's going to close above, so we'll get a little pin bar. Let's see what the next candle does. It's probably going to come down. Let's see if we get another close back above. It's still retesting that nice 480 level. Look at that back and forth. Okay, and then we go through. 15 seconds to close. Let's see if we close back above or below. If we get it closed below, we should see just continuation, but all right, we're getting close above. Nope. Always gotta wait for that last second. Okay, let's see if we get follow through now. So 15-minute candle, as you can see, like if we get a close through here, follow through here in the next, if this stays down here in the next 10 minutes, you'll see the 15-minute candle closing like this, right, over this bullish candle, making this a lot more bullish, obviously, or bearish, I'm sorry, right? And we close through here, and we continue down. It's 50 level next here. London low. Did we take London low? No, we didn't, right? So this is an area here we can take London low as a bounce, potentially. See if we get the 50 level test there. Relative index, good morning. We are looking at NASDAQ futures. So this is NQ. If you guys are on, futures brokers, you guys can see it. But if you don't have futures charts, you can look at like on CFD charts, you can look at like, what is it called? It'll be like NAS 100 or US Tech 100 or something like that. But it's NASDAQ. Pricing won't be the same, obviously, because it'll be CFD pricing, but structure should look the same. Okay, we get a little divergence here, right? First sign of a bullish close here after hitting the London low level here. I think this 50 should go, but we do have divergence, so it could hold right here. Come down for this 50. Looks like we're gonna just narrowly miss the 50. Came down to 51.25. It looks like we are going to come down. It's not moving up pretty quickly, so I think we're going to come down for this. There it is. Boom, hits the 50. Let's see if we get a move up from here. Let's see this low that it creates here, 440. 441.75. 50 level is usually a good turnaround, but you know, we've got liquidity here, so we could come down here to 29. We've got weak open price that we could also reject. So the fact that we're just running through this basically gives us a more bearish momentum. Oh, we did eventually come back up to 50 at the last few seconds on the close here. So let's see if this holds. 35.25. Nope, straight through. Okay, maybe just one more. There we go. A little bit of push back up here. So we're gonna see if we get some kind of. We don't have a. Unfortunately, we don't have a swing high here. So we'll see if we can create one, and we'll wait for this candle to close. Obviously, this is going to be a bearish close. Okay, so we've got still 3 minutes to go. So I don't want to speculate too much yet, because obviously anything could happen here. This could be a big manipulation. Okay, we're back above the 50. You can see right at the last second here, we close back above the 50. Let's see if we get a retracement back up here into some sort of point of interest, maybe back to the low here, or back to this 500 level. But this candle, you can see the 15-minute candle closing through this bullish one makes this a order block. So you can see here the up move before the down move, right? So anywhere inside of this high to low range here, okay, is the order block, the 15-minute order block. So we want to see price reject from here, the 50% level and below, right? We don't want to see it come back above this point here, because then obviously that would be negating the order block, right? So we want to see it respect the 50% or below and see a rejection from that. Maybe we get a, you know, some structure here that we sweep and then we come down from. Okay, 480 level and the low. So this is the first point where we'd actually see reasonable rejection from. So let's see if we get a closure underneath 480. We just got this push though, so I don't feel like that's the end of it. I think we're going to keep pushing higher. Okay, this is the last minute, 40 seconds to go. We'll see if we do get that closure below. I'd like to see a closure below the level that we broke for continuation, and then I'd like to have this as our internal high that we could sweep and come down from. This was such a nice internal grab, respecting that, right? You see the order block there, and then the push down. Okay, so there's the close. We did not close bullish or bearish. We closed bullish actually. So last minute here, we saw this as the potential sweep or mitigation, right? So now we can look for, well, we've got a 15-minute bearish bias. So right now, biases are conflicting. Yeah, and there's the push up. So if we do sweep an internal high, this would be it right here for our bearish bias. Previous week high, reject, order block reject here, right? Like I said, we want to maintain this 50% level, but since we didn't close underneath, this kind of negates that whole thesis there. So let's see. Right, there is the potential sweep if we get it. Okay, you want to see a retest of probably previous week high or day open price into the OB. Be a little bit better. Okay, so kind of a sweep there, but bullish close. Let's see if we get a bearish candle on this next push here. $520 level down here. Next one above would be 550 up here. That's right at the middle of the OB. All right, still closing above. So let's see, next one. We did tap the day open that time, and the OB. Didn't quite get to the 50 here. Let's see if we get that on the next candle. Just trying to get there. Okay, almost there. All right, if we tap the 50, let's see what the reaction we get from the 50. Do we get close? I mean, it's a full closure above, so probably going to be continuation through the high, I would imagine. There it goes. Let's take that high. 567, so 580. Next point up. We got all these highs right here. Might as well just take them. Okay, so maybe we'll get some rejection here, but I think we'll come back up. Yeah, back up, back up. Oof. Yeah, it's fighting hard, but probably gonna come up and take that high. It's so close. All right, so again, we'll probably wait for 10 o'clock. We'll see what 10 o'clock brings. If we get another bullish candle closure above, we got a sweep and then a continuation. We could look for continuation longs with the 15-minute in our favor and the 4-hour bullish. I don't really want to be looking for shorts. Kind of made that mistake over and over, trying to catch the retracement back into the discount, right? So we'd just rather wait for the discount move. This is, this was a discount move. We just didn't get an internal low here to sweep. So let's see, we're gonna run this high here, looks like 588. 580 again, magic number. See if we get a magical retracement here at the 80 level. I think we will. Okay, let's see if we get something here. Looks like we are going to get a move down. So 5 minutes to the 10 o'clock close, and if we get this potential move through this high, this is right the high that we just took. We also took this one as well. So happen to have left this one there, that's fine. You might come back up for it on this move here if we get a shallow retracement. Back above New York highs here, right? First kind of zero track close prior to this big open candle here. So this to me right now is manipulation lower, right? Inducing sellers, or reduce some sellers here. Buyers are now, you know, in this if we're continuing the trend, and we've now broken some structures. So there's a liquidity sitting under here. Let's see if this move goes all the way down here and take this low. If not, what we need to see is we need to see price forming some kind of internal low for price to sweep, and then we sweep it and then we come back up like this. That will be the goal if we can get it. Okay, nice push through here, so there's momentum now. Sellers pushing down. See if we get back below here. Pushing through this imbalance here, because this will create support for us, right? If the imbalance here was inverted to the upside, we should see price bounce from here back up. The open price as well, right? Previous week high. This is a very sensitive level, obviously. So if we get a run through here, there's a good chance we get a further move down, and maybe we get this move here. So let's see. We need to see a very strong rejection from this high here that we just took. Otherwise we'll retake it and we'll go back up. Zane, good to see you, buddy. You took a move up or down? Oh, coming back up, and looks like we're gonna come take that out. So it was a short-lived move. Yeah. To come up one more time. Maybe it's going to sweep it one more time. Not sure if I'm off topic, but New York Open, did it do an AR type trade? Because that's what... Oh, okay. New York Open, yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at right here, so this is the Asia high, right? And then we swept that level. So it's the same level here. We swept the New York low level. It's around the same area. Also this London low level, right? So if you took it there, great. Because that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing the continuation up from there. And the 4 hour you can see is tapped into the 4 hour imbalance. So if I go to the 4 hour chart here, we can see, or I guess there wasn't an imbalance there, it was just the order block. So we swept that low into the OB, and now we're pushing back up. This is consolidation, so it's tough to kind of gauge, you know, points of interest and things like that when we're in consolidation. I mean, we're getting a strong reaction here, so obviously if we push through and take the high, then we've got our breakout. But right now here, we're still in this kind of range here. So you notice how we didn't take this low, we didn't take this high, right? We're still ranging. So price could still range in here. We still could hold this level here. It's good for you to take profit inside of these consolidation ranges once we take some internal highs and not looking for external moves, because we don't really know if that's going to be the case. Look at that. As soon as I said it, right? I don't know what that was, but right at the 600 level, instant 75, 80 point move, and then right back up. So that looks like manipulation. If that holds and we hold above the level that we swept here, right here, looks like manipulation to me. There's our internal sweep. If we were looking for an internal sweep there, and a move up. Okay, that's the 10 o'clock volatility coming in there, right? So that was like, that's why we don't really, you know, trade until 10 o'clock sometimes with the red news. Did we have red news today? We didn't have red news today. It was just, that was just price action. So 10 o'clock volatility comes in, sweeps the lows, right? You get a move back up here. So we're bullish, right? You can see now we're in line, bullish, right? EQ has been tested, yes. Okay, we're in the premium right now though, so we want to see price come back and retest maybe the order block, or I mean, this to me is just, you know, it's a big manipulation wick. So you can take the 50% of it. It's right back at the New York highs that we swept before. Back to this order block. Usually when we have big wicks like this, I expect them to be filled. So if we do get a fill and a sweep, you know, we can look for a continuation, but right now we are trading into this imbalance, looks like, right? That's the reaction we're getting. And we just swept out these highs. Strong push up, coming back down. There's no wick on this push up, so there's a lot of momentum here. See if we come down and take out this low here. Jolt job openings. Do we have it this week? I don't have it on my calendar, so. We do have non-farm this week, Friday. But I don't see anything on the calendar for Tuesday. right? All-time highs are right up here. And this reaction here, if we get a closure above, which we will, looks like we will. All right, now we got a little imbalance right here. We can look to take, if we form an imbalance, and see if we get a pop into the imbalance, and then we can push up here using this as our stop. Needs to see imbalance though. And I don't really like how deep that candle went already. Okay, that's a good close. We did leave an imbalance here. Let's see if we get to come back into the range. Retest this level. I want to see it hold above here. Just got to come back for some liquidity. This one is, you know, it's okay, but I'd rather it come back for this one. But we have divergence here, so it doesn't really have to come back here. This is a lower chance of that happening. We're so high up in the range already, we've taken out liquidity, and I don't want to chase up here, so I gotta come back for some liquidity first. If I look at the structure right now here, we are holding this point of interest, and if we get a closure back below this sweep here, then we could look for price to come down further. Holding this, you know, right shoulder area here. So in order for that to happen, then I would need to see price come back through, you know, day open and previous week high level, right? Because then we pretty much engulf this previous candle here, and then we get a bearish CRT on the 15-minute. Right now everything's bullish, so still would be looking for, you know, price to extend higher. But, you know, we've already gotten this move. This move is now, you know, about 200 points. So another 100 or so to the high of the day wouldn't be out of the question, right? 270, 300. So if I want to go for that, I'd like to see price come back and take out some lows first, right? This still feels a little bit too high up in the range for me. This wick, some big manipulation. still consolidating. So yeah, and you can see structure is not really giving us anything bearish. So maybe we'll just keep flying upwards to the high. $620 currently being tested a few times here, and we're seeing rejections from there. Yep, and this would be that consolidation before this big drop here. So So the thing that doesn't make this a very strong point of interest is that, you know, obviously we got a big move down here, okay, but we didn't break structure from here, right? So this makes it a weak POI. It's not, you know, any one of these really. You can see we did get reactions from it, but they're not really following through because we didn't break structure, right? And so price is still, structure is still bullish. So you can see here low to high, right? Higher low, and then now higher high. And so we're expecting it to come down, give us another higher low, and then another higher high through the previous daily high. If it does it from here, then you know, nothing we can do about that. But so would have liked to have gotten, you know, a sweep below here. But obviously we're seeing that it's not the case. Trendline liquidity. There's lots of good trendline liquidity below. I mean here, right? Equal lows here, right? We've been building all the way up, right? So when we actually do get this reversal, it's going to be violent and heavy. We're going to come down for all of this, right? It's going to be a beautiful downtrend. But that's what everyone's waiting for. So until then, right, we just trade what we see. And that is the move up. So the more we continue higher, the more we break structure higher, right? The more there's going to be orders sitting under these lows because we're breaking structure, right? We're validating the bullish uptrend, and the stops below here are quote unquote protected, right? Because we're in an uptrend and shouldn't take those lows. So as soon as we start to, you know, come down for these levels, as soon as one of these breaks, it's going to be a big domino effect, right? One after the other. Okay, a little reaction up here. We're up to 650. Didn't quite take the 650 level here. We could also get a, just a slight dip right before we get to the highs here, so that, it respects this and then creates that seller sentiment. Well, we got a high respected, lower high. Right, if this is our high, and it looks like it could be, we do have a 3-bar here. Let's see if we get a continuation. But let's just say this is our high, right? We got our high, we got our low. Okay, our discount is right here where this manipulation wick is. And see if we get a retest of the level here, retracement back to the level here, retest the level, and then push back up from there. Okay, this looks like some selling coming in right now. See if we come back up and sweep that 50. Right, if we get a change of character here, could see that finally. So far on this uptrend, we have not had a single change of character retracement, right? So this is the first one that would happen to be happening. All right, there we go. So 40 points dropped right there. $40 points in 4 minutes. Okay, almost, not quite. Didn't close below. Let's see what the next candle does. Bearish imbalance that we're trading into. It's not quite rejecting it. Looks like we're going through it. Always gotta wait for the candle close though. Okay, another divergence. So, I mean, if you look at this, what this means is on YM, this low here was all the way down here. So that is pretty big divergence. See if we get one of our internal sweeps in here. I'd rather it sweep this one, obviously, rather than this one. This one's still a little bit too high up in the range. And it looks like this is our high for now. Okay, we did get a rejection right before. Let's see if it continues down here. Okay, close through here would be the change of character, and then let's see if we get that continuation, lower low, lower high. Again, so close. All right, so we got divergence to the high here. We got a nice shift, potentially forming an imbalance here if we get some momentum, and then we should close through on this candle if it does. All right, 15 seconds. So this is going to be the imbalance. All right, we're going to close through, and then that should be good to drop. Okay, so close through both the change of character and the wick, the body and the wick there. All right, let's see if we get a retest of this level here. 600. And I'm going to aim for this low to come back for. All right, so imbalance here, definitely getting some bearish order flow stepping in now. Okay, see if we get a retest of the change of character and the imbalance, or if we just get a drop straight down. What's this level? This level is that high that we took out earlier. So it's going to be important to close under that. So that's this high right here. So you can see that if we get a 30-minute close with this candle engulfing this candle like that, right, trading into a point of interest and also sweeping a level and closing underneath, that's our 15-minute confirmation that we're back bearish, right? And we can look for price to retrace a little bit deeper into the range. All right, I just want to see this kind of play out here. Trade under here. Okay, you see we're closing under the sweep, 15-minute sweep here. We got another imbalance that we formed here, so imbalance 1, imbalance 2, imbalance 3, right? You can see the order flow now switching bearish. Get some kind of internal sweep or imbalance retest. Oh, there's a straight drop. Okay, so this is our target. Let's see if we get that sweep. The open price, previous week high, right? Last time we retested here. The wick also retested that area again. So if we go through this, I think we'll probably continue down. But I want to see how this reacts. So we want to see a sweep of this level, and if we close back above, we can look for the longs again. But definitely want to take liquidity first, and then we want to see a shift back up. This is going to close, I mean, we've got a minute until 10:30, so this is going to close bearish, obviously. All right, so this is going to flip back to bearish. So we can look for, in line with our 15-minute bearish, we can look for internal sweeps, you know, back down if, you know, this area here holds, or if we get a retest of any of these imbalances here. So no sweep there. Let's see how this pans out here in the next minute. We get that 10:30 close in 30 seconds. So you can see it retested that imbalance right there. Still yet to see a internal sweep that we like. Okay, 5 seconds, and we're gonna close through here. So, all right, and now we got divergence. We'll go back up. Okay, so now we got 15-minute bearish, right? We have change of character. We have a sweep of internal highs on the 15-minute into a point of interest. Okay, so that's step 1 and 2 of the checklist. We have displacement, imbalance. We have change of character, and we also we have divergence, but it's the other way around. So we did have divergence up here at one point. So we're looking for potentially to give us a sweep, an internal sweep of a high that we'd make, right? So we haven't seen that yet. So right now that would be this high up here, and that's pretty ambitious. So I want to see an internal high created inside of this range right here, right? And right now, because this is our sweep, I'll use the wick low. We want to see an internal sweep of a high in here, and we wanted to see it respecting this change of character or this order block here. Okay, we do have an imbalance here. We do have a swing low here. We do have a swing low here. Somewhere in this region here. We form a swing high, we sweep it, and then we continue down from it. Pretty strong push. Okay, 600 level, we did come back and touch this here. Let's see if we get a swing high now. Okay, technically we did. So we did close and get a swing high. There's divergence. Okay, we just need a sweep now. Maybe 600 level. There's an imbalance right there, and there's that order block right there. All right, so you can see the order block here on the 3-candle projection. Okay, this one closed bearish through, right? So we want to see price respecting this OB. 50% level. Tapping into the imbalance, tapping into the order block here. Right, I'm not playing the short, but this is what we're gonna be looking for if we had. So we have 15-minute bearish bias. We have the, the high here that's swept. We have price tapping into the imbalance and the change of character. We want to see price, close through this previous high that we swept over here, obviously for confirmation. And then I want to see this come down here and sweep something below here, and then we look for our buy setup in the discount. So this low here, right? Originally we were looking for this low here. We've got another one now, which is good. Essentially what price has done here is also traded back into the order block, back into the New York high level, into the London high level, right? And so back into this original consolidation from where we retested the Asia consolidation. So if I look at this right here, I don't have bearish structure on the 15, right? I still have bullish structure. So I'm still going to be looking for buys in this region, right? Retesting and respecting day open and previous week high. So I want price to come back and sweep out one of these lows here. So now we have these equal lows. It's even better. right? Where we got, you know, bearish divergence here into a point of interest that we respected, or is, you know, tried to respect. And this is, you know, why I'm not playing the shorts, because every time we try to play the shorts into the longs, we get burned. So I'd rather wait for the discount buys, right? This is our first opportunity here, right? We didn't get another opportunity because it didn't create a low until here. And so now I waited for this to sweep. It didn't sweep, and now it's creating another one. So unfortunately, still gotta wait. And if we look at the daily chart and we look at how this candle is kind of shaping up, right? We don't have anything that is a clear point of interest on the daily, right? Like we had an imbalance here that we traded into, and that kind of is fueling this move up right now. We don't have anything like that aside from this. This is the last one, and that was like last week. Right? So it's been a few days now. We haven't had any kind of like real point of interest to kind of key off of, other than the current, what is this? Let's see, previous week high is here. So yeah, right there, right? So right now you can see that the previous week high that we're holding on to right now, right? As long as we stay above that, we should keep going higher, and then the previous day high should be the target. So I'm still going to be gunning for previous day high today if there is a afternoon setup for us, but I would really want price to come back and take some liquidity. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for us here today in this session, right? In the next 20 minutes. So for the PM session, if you guys are looking for the setup, right? These are the lows that we want to take. This is our range. You can see very clearly that our high and our low is here, right? And it's still this area right here. Okay, so around the 500 mark, taking this liquidity here, 520, 500, back into this down move here where we swept lows. Right, and I don't want to take anything in the middle here where it's consolidating, right? So I want to see a range broken out. This is now our consolidation. This was our consolidation, or it still is rather, right? The bigger consolidation, right? We did come down into the pre-market consolidation, which was London pre-market, right? Into this low here, into the Asia consolidation, and now we're breaking out of it and making a New York consolidation. So now we want to see price break into New York consolidation back into the London lows, and then make our move up. All right, so unfortunately no setup today. I think we'll call it here. We may want to just wait for this candle to form, close I mean rather, right? Give us our bullish bias again, and then that will solidify for the sweep. So if this candle closes somewhere around here, right, and then we get that sweep below and then move back up, that'll be our buy setup here. Okay, so 500 region, 520 region for a sweep. Another day of sitting on our hands. Any questions? Still early in the week, right? Still second day only. All right. Welcome, guys. We'll see you tomorrow again. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any comments, the YouTube crew, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments. But otherwise, we'll come back and do it again tomorrow. All right. You're welcome. Take care.